Welcome. My name's Andrea. Welcome to this all levels yoga class with Comeback Yoga. An hour long class. We'll get started in another few more minutes. So take your time, get your space set up just like you like it for class. And if there's any props or things you like to have handy throughout class, you can have those ready for yourself. Uh, and you can say hi in the chat. Hola, Ihab. Let me do the same. Welcome if you're just joining in. Let me put this link for a survey we're doing. Uh, Let me grab that too, and I'll tell you about it as well. All right. So if you're new to Comeback Yoga, welcome. Comeback Yoga is a nonprofit serving military and military communities where they're at, which is oftentimes at home nowadays. But we also have in-person classes and Zoom classes. So you can check our website for those as well if you like to try that and get more connected. If you'd like to make a donation to Comeback Yoga and support us here, keep helping us provide these classes for free. You can make a donation through the link in the description or just check out our website. You purchase some merchandise and you can support us that way as well. Another way you can help is we're doing a survey, and I put the link on the comments to get a sense of how we're serving our community and especially our diverse communities. But if there's any feedback you'd like to give us of how we can serve you better, make your voice heard, fill out the survey. We'll have that going on until early April. Let me drink some water. So let's go over what to expect for today's class. So this is a level 1 class, roughly an hour long class. And we'll start sitting on the mat. We'll take a few moments to settle, to notice her body, her breathing. It's like a mini guided meditation to start off. And then we'll transition to the more active part of the class. We'll begin with more uh, warm up type movements and we'll be a little bit more active. And then we'll slow it down at the end, finish kind of laying on the mat, doing a few more movements there, and then finish with a guided meditation. So along the way, if there's any adjustments or modifications you need to make for yourself, go ahead and do that. You can always take a break when you need to, or skip a practice and just observe and rejoin when you're ready. And towards the end with the guided meditation, if it gets cold where you are, you can have a blanket handy and put that over yourself, or even sometimes it's nice to have something over your eyes. Maybe rest a little bit more. Let's see if I have any other announcements, right? Oh, and just FYI, I like to throw in a few silly jokes throughout class so that we don't get so serious and loosen us up a little bit more. Let me take another sip of water and we'll begin. So, as you're ready, you can begin by making yourself comfortable and sitting on the mat or wherever you're practicing today. So, take a moment to make any adjustments, allowing your body to settle on the mat. And with this part, we'll integrate some practices from iRest Yoga Nidra into this guided meditation. Oh. And take a few moments to notice your body. Begin to notice the weight of your body resting on the ground, noticing how and where your body's making contact with the ground underneath you. Feeling those areas around your feet and legs, hips that are in contact with the ground. Feeling those surfaces touching the ground. Then noticing how the ground touches back. Allowing your body to touch back and soften. Maybe get a little heavier. Still feeling that support and contact from the ground underneath you. Now allow your attention to wander throughout your body, noticing any sensations or thoughts that are present, and taking a few moments to acknowledge them and see what else arises and may be present for you. Maybe noticing your head and face, the neck and shoulders, your arms and hands, the chest and belly, the back and hips, noticing all around your pelvis, and then down the legs, all the way to your feet. Noticing your body and yourself sitting on the mat. Feeling how your body's making contact with the ground and how the ground touches back. Perhaps even inviting a sense of support and being supported. Welcoming feelings of ease and well-being, maybe even of love and kindness. And now bring attention to your breathing and your breath. Noticing how your body breathes itself and the sensations that follow your breath. Maybe you notice a gentle expansion and softening in your belly, around the rib cage, or feelings of warmth or coolness as you sense that flow of air as you inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. And as you're ready, begin to gently move your body. Maybe stretch the arms to your side. Maybe extend them all the way to the ceiling. You can interlace the fingers if you like and gently lean from one side to the other. Shake out those arms. We'll transition to our movement and more active part of the class. So let's go over movement directions for today. I'll be referring to this side as the door side. We have this side as the plant side. We have towards the screen, towards the back wall, up towards the ceiling, and then down towards the ground. So to get started, you can begin with your hands on your lap. I'm going to turn to the side so you get a side view. You can allow the hands to slide back and then press the chest forward, opening up through the shoulders and the chest. Inhale. Then as you exhale, slide your hands over the knees and lean back. You can round the spine, maybe soften the neck and the head. And now we're going to move forward on an inhale and then back on the exhale. We'll do that back and forth movement 3 times like this. So as you're ready, slide your hands back on your thighs, chest forward, inhale, and then exhale, lean back. Inhale, move your chest forward, exhale, back. One more. Inhale, chest forward, and exhale, back. We'll stay like this for a few breaths. You can even slide your hands to the top of the shins. And if you'd like, you can turn your chin from one shoulder to the other, or do a little movement to the chin, warming up around the neck and the head. And then come to sit up. I'm going to turn to face you again. Hey, you can begin to warm up that upper body. I feel like I have to sneeze. Oh, is there another one? Sometimes there's 2 in a row. So we'll start by massaging down the arm. We can begin by taking one hand and placing it on that upper back and by the shoulder area, and just gently begin to kind of warm up that part of your body. You can start massaging or rubbing down the arm to the hands. And you rub those hands together and warm those up, get that blood going. And make sure you get to the other side. Start at the upper back and shoulder, making your way down the arm. Spending a few more moments warming up through the hands. Shake out those arms out. For this next movement, we'll warm up the upper body a bit more by leaning from one side to the other. So begin by resting that plant side hand on the ground and relaxing your other arm by your side. So you can soften the shoulders. As you're ready, begin to extend that uh, door side hand up towards the ceiling. Inhale, and then as you exhale, lean towards the plant. Soften the shoulders, even soften the neck and the head. If you like, you can kind of do a little movement to the chin. Now let's switch sides and move on over towards the door side. So as you inhale, extend both arms up, and then exhale, drop that door side hand, and exhale, lean towards the door, softening the shoulders, the neck, the head. And if you like, you can move or do little movements with the chin. Now we're going to go back and forth from side to side with the breath. We'll do 2 rounds, so we'll end up doing 2 on each side. So as you inhale, extend both arms up, and exhale, lean towards the plant. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, lean towards the door. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, lean towards the plant. One more. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, lean towards the door. And I'll come to face forward, shake out the arms. We'll do a twist. So we're going to rotate the torso uh, to the side. So we'll start with the plant side. You can rest a hand on the ground, maybe the other one around the thigh. Take a moment to inhale. Then as you exhale, you can press through the hands and begin to turn the torso towards the plant. So think of turning through the rib cage. You can leave your neck and head alone if you like. Maybe soften the shoulders, even softening around the neck and the head. Inhale, exhale. We're going to move over towards the door side. So inhale, allow the chest to face forward. And then as you exhale, you need to press the hands on the ground or your leg. And think of rotating through the chest and rib cage area, rotating towards the door, softening around the shoulders, the neck, the head. And notice your breath. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Come to face forward. So let's warm up the legs next. Think about extending the legs forward and taking some time to either massage down the legs or you can rub down through the legs or down the legs or just rocking the legs side to side. If you like, you can place the hands behind you and bring attention to your feet and flex and point through the toes. Maybe circle the feet and warm up through the ankles. Or just play with the feet and warm up a little bit more or shake out those hips. And come back to sitting and get those legs another little shake down. I think it's a good time for a joke and get us loosened up on the inside of it. So I have a Star Wars one. So which Jedi became a rock star? Bon Jovi won Kenobi. There you go. Maybe you have to be a certain age for that one. So now we'll transition to a little bit more active movements. We're going to come into a quadruped position, uh, resting on all fours. So you can bend the knees and to rest your hands and lower legs on the mat. And then take a moment to notice your hands. If you like, you can to shift your weight from hand to hand. Maybe even a circle around the hands as you shift your weight back and forth. And if you like, you can place your weight on the left hand and begin to flex through the right fingers, warming up through that right hand. And then as you're ready, place your weight on the right hand and flex through the left fingers, warming up around the left hand. And then come back to all fours. This time we're going to focus on the legs a little bit. You're going to extend the one leg behind you, extend the right leg if you'd like, and place the toes on the mat and begin to press the heel back towards the door. Warming up through the lower part of the leg, the ankle, the foot. You can stay like this so you can shift your weight forward and back along that back foot. Just warming up through the foot and ankle a bit more. And then as you're ready to switch sides, relax that leg and extend the other leg back. Placing the toes on the mat and press the heel back towards the door. Warming up through the lower part of the leg, the ankle, the foot. So stay like this or shift your weight forward and back. So pressing those toes on the mat, warming up around the ankle and the foot. And then relax that leg. And now bring your knees wide. Make as wide as the mat. And then bring your toes in the back to touch. And you loosen up the lower back here. So we're going to begin up like this on an inhale. And then on an exhale, we're going to shift the hips back towards the heels. and then back up. So we'll do that back and forth movement 3 times and end with the on the exhale with the hips back. So take a moment to feel your hands resting on the mat and begin to soften around the lower back and hips. You can shift your gaze forward if you like. Inhale, and then as you exhale, shift the hips back towards the heels. On the inhale, come back up to all fours. And then exhale, shift the hips back. One more. Inhale, come back up. And then exhale, shift the hips back. I'm going to take a little resting pose. Feel free to bend the elbows and get comfortable. Maybe stack the hands together. Rest your head on your hands. And if you like, you can shift your weight from hip to hip, leg, or side to side. And then as you're ready, take a moment to settle, feeling the weight of your body resting on the mat, feeling those places that are touching the ground and how the ground touches back, and allowing your body to soften and get heavier, inviting in a sense of support, of being supported, knowing you have the ground underneath you, lending support, and feeling the weight of your body settling on the mat, softening around the head, the neck, softening the shoulders, the left shoulder and the right shoulder, and softening down the arms, the left arm and the right arm, and the left hand and the right hand, softening down both arms, and then softening around the torso, the chest, the belly, along the sides, the back, upper back and middle back, lower back, and softening around the hips and the pelvis, the left side and the right side, front and back, and then softening down the legs, traveling all the way down to the feet, down the left leg and the right leg, to both feet, the left foot and the right foot, both feet. Now softening your whole body, left side and right side, front and back, surface and deep, allowing your whole body to soften. Feel that contact with the ground underneath you and how the ground touches back, supporting the weight of your body. And notice your breath and your breathing. Notice those sensations that follow your breath as you gently Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. And as you're ready, you can make your way back to all fours. We have some more movement left in us still. You can feel free to shake out the legs behind you. We'll sit up for a moment. So you can tuck the toes if you like and come to sit up and move anything else that you like. Maybe look around. We don't want to get dizzy before we move a bit more. So okay, I think it'll be a good time for a joke and get us all loosened up from the inside. So how do you throw a space party? You plan it. Silly joke. So let's come back to all fours and we're going to move into downward facing dog and stretch the legs and hips a bit more. So come as you're ready, come back to all fours. Shake out the legs behind you if you like, or do any other movements that call to you. And then begin to feel your hands resting on the mat. The left hand and the right hand, both hands. And then tuck the toes on the mat. We're going to press through the hands and the feet to extend the hips up and back for downward facing dog. So as you're ready, begin to soften the back. You can bring your gaze forward if you like. Inhale, and then press through the hands and the feet. Exhale, lift the hips up and back for downward facing dog. So take a moment to adjust your position, finding a good distance between your hands and your feet. And then begin to warm up through the lower legs and the hips or the knees. You can bend one knee and the other. Maybe flex through the toes. So taking your time to warm up around the legs and the hips. And then as you're ready, shift your attention to the upper body. Notice the hands resting on the mat. And begin to soften around the shoulder blades and the chest. Softening the shoulders, the arms, even softening around the neck and the head. If you need to take a break, you can always uh, soften the knees, come on the mat and sit or come back to all fours. And so now walk the hands back towards the feet for a forward fold position. You can widen your stance if you like, soften the knees, and allow the upper body to be heavy here. Feel free to shift your weight from foot to foot. You can bend the elbows and grab onto the elbows. And soften around the arms and shoulder blades. Maybe even do little movements with the chin and warm up around the neck and the head. And then as you're ready, relax the hands on the mat. And if you like, you can bring your hands up to rest on your thighs. And take a moment to feel your feet on the mat. You can maybe even lift up the toes and place them back on the mat. Feeling how the bottom surfaces of the feet are touching the ground. Those on the left side and the right side. So both sides of both feet. For this next movement, we're going to press the feet into the mat and lift the back up on an inhale and then back down on the exhale. We'll do that movement 3 times. So as we do that, you can keep your gaze towards the floor if you like, keeping the back of the neck kind of nice and long. So take a moment to feel those feet on the mat. You can also press your hands on your thighs if you like. And begin to press the feet on the mat. Feel that engagement all the way up the leg. And as you're ready, inhale, lift the back up. And exhale, lower. Inhale, back up. Exhale, lower. One more. Inhale, press through the feet, back up. And exhale, lower. Relax the arms. And place the hands on the mat. And then walk the feet to the outside of the mat. And begin to bend one knee and the other, shifting your weight from one leg to the other. Take a few moments to warm up around the upper thighs or hip area, inner thighs. And then as you're ready, you can bend the back leg, so the back wall leg, and then bring the attention to the other foot, the one closer to the screen. You can begin to flex and point through the toes. And if you like, you can rotate the heel, so you're rotating the leg in and out a little bit. Then as you're ready, place the foot on the mat, lift the hips up, and then shift your weight towards the front leg, towards the screen side leg. Now bring your attention to the other leg, one closer to the back wall, and begin to flex and point those toes. You can rotate around the heel, rotating the leg in, out. And then as you're ready, come back up. And now, if you like, you can walk the feet in a little bit closer. So we're going to bend the knees and come into a low squat. So get your feet set up. You can point them outwards if you'd like. Just whatever position helps you feel supported through your feet. And as you're ready, begin to bend the knees, now lowering the hips down. You can use your hands on the mat for support. Or if you like, you can always lift them up too. So take a moment to feel your feet touching the ground, the left foot and the right foot, with both feet. And then bring attention to your breath and your breathing. So you can keep your breath nice and easy as we are in this low squat. And now place your hands on the mat. We're going to lift the hips up. So press the feet onto the ground. Inhale, lift the hips up, extending both legs. And then exhale, bend the knees and lower the hips back down for this low squat. We'll do that 2 more times. So as you're ready, press the feet onto the mat. You can use your hands as well. Inhale, extend the hips up. And then exhale, bend. One more. Inhale, press through the feet, hips up. Inhale, exhale, bend. See if we can stay a couple breaths. Inhale, exhale. See, nice and easy. One more. Inhale, and then exhale. You can lift the hips up, walk the hands forward. We're going to come back to downward facing dog. You can step the feet closer to each other. You take a moment to shake up the legs. And then we're going to come back to downward facing dog. Taking a moment to feel your feet and your hands. Maybe press through your hands and shift your hips back towards the door. And then soften the upper body. So softening around the chest, the shoulders, the upper back, the neck, and the head. And take a few moments to notice your breath. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and then exhale. Bend the knees all the way to the mat. You can relax the feet. Hey, take a moment to sit up. Let's extend the legs forward and give the legs a little shake. So we'll sit on the mat and extend the legs forward and take a moment to shake out the legs and take a moment to pause. We'll do another joke as we kind of take a moment to settle. So why is 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9. Silly joke. So now we'll start to make our way to laying on the mat and doing a few more movements as we rest on the mat. So bend the knees and scoot your hips forward towards your feet, towards a plant. We'll stretch out the upper back first, and then we'll come to lay on our backs. So you can drape your forearms over your shins, maybe grab onto the forearms or the hand or wrist. And then as you're ready, you can begin to lean back. You can think of making a C-shaped curve with your back, neck, and head. And as you're ready, begin to soften around the shoulders, softening around the upper back, the left side of the upper back, and the right side of the upper back, softening all around the upper back. Also soften around the neck, the back, the sides, the front. You can even think of softening the outside and inside of the neck. And now soften around the head, softening along the back of the head, the top of the head, along the sides, the front, and even down your face. Softening the forehead, cheeks, eyes, nose, ears, jaw, softening all the way to your chin. And now press through the hands and come back to sitting. Hey, take a moment to look around. Don't want to get dizzy. Now we'll make our way to resting our back on the mat. So you can either extend an arm and make your way there, or you can roll and get there that way too. So if you're going to roll, you can place your hands on the upper part of the shins and then walk the feet in and begin to balance on your pelvis. And then check behind you, make sure you have space. And you can begin to lean back and then rock back and forth a few times, keeping your or leaving your body nice and relaxed here. And then as you're ready, take a moment to settle your back on the mat. Let's walk the feet to the outside of the mat, bringing the knees into the middle to touch. You can stay like that, or you can begin to move your knees from one side to the other, warming up around the upper parts of the legs and the hips. And then walk the feet in a little bit closer to each other. Bring the knees into your chest and give yourself a nice big hug. And then as you're ready, extend your legs up towards the ceiling. And you can take a moment to massage the legs or the hamstring. Perhaps even flex and point through the feet. And for this next movement, we're going to bend the knees into the chest on an inhale, and then extend the legs back up like this on an exhale. We'll do that 3 times. So as you're ready, you get to bend the knees into the chest. Inhale and exhale. Extend the legs back up. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. One more. Inhale, bend. And exhale, extend. Take a moment to allow your back to settle and feel that contact with the ground underneath you. Feeling where and how your body's making contact with the floor. Noticing your hips, your back, the shoulders, arms, neck and head, feeling your body resting on the mat, and feeling that support from the ground underneath you. How your body touches the ground and how the ground touches back. If you like, you can bring your attention to your breath and your breathing and notice the sensations that follow your breath. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And then as you're ready, you can bend the knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. And then place both feet on the mat, the knees pointed up. You can, if you like, you can readjust that lower back there. For this next movement, we're going to do bridge pose. So that's where you press through the feet and lift the hips up towards the ceiling and then back down. So to get, take a few moments to set up. So find a good distance between your hips and your feet so you can press the feet and lift the hips up. And you can relax your arms on the ground. And also take a moment to notice your neck and head. As we press through the feet and lift the hips up, we want to keep some distance between the chin and the chest. Or we want to, uh, we want to keep our breath open. So that might involve maybe tucking the chin in slightly, or you'll feel it as we try this out and how to adjust the head position. So as you're ready, take a moment to feel your feet on the mat. Lift and lower the toes if you like, helping you feel how your feet touch the ground. And then as you're ready, soften the feet. Begin to press the feet onto the ground, lifting the hips up towards the ceiling. So take your time. As you reach the top, you can take a moment to adjust the shoulders. You can notice that distance between the chin and the chest. Keep pressing through the feet. Inhale. And then exhale, lower back down. And as you lower back down, you can take a moment to wiggle the hips or readjust the lower back or kind of rock around the pelvis. So we'll do this hey, 2 or 3 times more. We'll see. So get set up for the next one. Take a moment to feel your feet on the mat. Maybe lift and lower the toes a few times and then soften your feet on the mat. Press your feet on the ground. Lift the hips up. You get to the top. Soften the shoulders. Notice that distance between your chin and your chest. Inhale. And then exhale, lower. So as you exhale and lower, think of uh, lowering sequentially down the back. So maybe starting with the upper back, the middle of the back, and lower back. Think of like a little wave coming back to the mat. So let's try with this next one, see if we can do that as that wave down as we exhale and lower the hips. So as you're ready, press the feet onto the mat. Lift the hips up towards the ceiling. Take a moment to settle the shoulders. Notice the distance between your chin and your chest. Then whenever you're ready to lower, take take a nice inhale. And as you exhale, see if you can notice different parts of the back. So that upper back, the middle back, and lower back. And then you can rock the hips. And let's do one more. It's optional. You can skip it if you like and just rest like this. If you'd like to do one more, press the feet onto the mat and lift the hips up, pausing at the top. Soften the shoulders. Notice that distance between your chin and your chest. And then let's wave it down if you like. Inhale and then exhale, lowering to the upper back, the middle back, and the lower back. And now walk the feet out to the outside of the mat. You bring the knees into the middle to touch. You can pause like this, or maybe shift your knees from one side to the other. And then as you're ready, walk the feet in. And then bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. We'll do one more movement and then we'll transition to the guided meditation. So for this next and last movement, keep your right knee into your chest or the knee closest towards the screen and then lower the other foot down. Take a moment to hug that knee into your chest and then begin to allow that knee to open to the side, so to that same side shoulder. And then as you allow it to open, you can rest that bottom arm and elbow on the mat and support the leg from underneath. So for this movement, we're going to extend the leg out at an angle as we inhale and then bend the knee back in on the exhale. We'll do that 3 times. So take a moment to get set up and you can support the leg from underneath. And then as you're ready, begin to extend that leg out. Inhale and then exhale, bend. Inhale, extend that leg out. Exhale, bend. One more. Inhale, extend, and then exhale, bend. You can take both hands and shift that knee back towards the middle. And do any other movements you like with that leg or stretches before we do that same movement on the other side. So whenever you're ready, lower that foot, bring that other knee in, so the wall side knee in, and take a moment to gently begin to move that knee, allowing it to begin to open towards the back wall, the side, that same side shoulder. And then relax or rest the bottom arm and elbow on the mat, supporting the leg from underneath. We're going to extend that top leg out on the inhale and then bend it back in on the exhale 3 times. So as you're ready, begin to extend that top leg out. Inhale and exhale, bend. Inhale, extend the leg out. Exhale, bend. One more. Inhale, extend the leg out. And then exhale, bend. You can you can place both hands on the leg and shift the knee back towards the middle. And do any other movements or with that leg that you'd like. You feel so nice and complete, stretching it out. And you can bring both knees into the chest. And do any other movements or stretches that you like before guided meditation. And then as you're ready, begin to find that position for yourself, a position where you can rest for the next 10 to 15 minutes. So it's where if you have a blanket, you can put it over you or put something over your eyes if you like. And for choices and positions, there's lots of them. You can keep your knees bent if you like, or extend your legs to the mat. Also taking a few moments to find a good position for your arms and your hands. You can rest your hands on your body or lower your arms to the ground. and making any other adjustments and movements that you'd like. Allow your body to settle and soften. So as you're ready, allow your body to soften. Feel your body settling on the ground. Feel that contact with the ground underneath you. Where and how your body's touching the mat and the floor, and how the ground touches back as if it's rising up to meet you, and how your body meets back. Feel the weight of your body settling on the ground, supported by the ground underneath you. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and begin to soften your body around your head and neck, around the shoulders and arms, hands, chest, and belly, softening your back, hips, pelvis, and softening down the legs, the left leg, the right leg, both legs, and softening the feet, the left foot and the right foot, both feet, softening the whole body, left side and right side, front and back, inside and outside, softening your whole body, feeling the weight of your body resting on the ground, supported by the ground underneath you. And bring attention to your breath and your breathing. And notice sensations that follow your breath. Sensations of warmth or coolness. Sensations of lightness or heaviness. And sensations of tightness and softening. Noticing those sensations in your body that accompany the breath. Noticing that gentle expansion as you inhale and a softening as you exhale. Inhale, expansion. Exhale, softening. Inhale, expansion. Exhale, softening. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And now bring your attention to your body, noticing yourself breathing, noticing that contact with the ground underneath you, how the ground touches back. And now invite a sense of meaning and purpose in your life. You can call it your heartfelt desire or mission. Allow that sense of meaning and purpose, even a sense of deep longing, expressing itself through you, inviting your body to feel and experience a sense of being connected, life living through you. And you can even imagine yourself living life from and with, even through this sense of purpose and heartfelt mission, allowing your whole body to participate in the experience, feeling the sensations, maybe a sensation of warmth spreading inside of you. Take in the colors, images, feelings, thoughts, smells, tastes that support this sense of mission and purpose for yourself. And then invite in that sense of being supported. Feel the contact with the ground underneath you, and how and where you feel supported in your body. Know that this support is always there for you as you live out your life from that heartfelt mission. That support and resource is always there for you whenever you need it. A sense of ease, being safe, supported. Your feelings of love and kindness, interweaving that sense of support and being supported as you imagine yourself living out from this heartfelt mission. And as you move through life, those ups and downs that naturally accompany life. Those easier and more difficult times. Remind yourself that you are enough. You are enough. You are enough. And if you like, you can repeat to yourself, feeling your body settle. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. And as you're ready, begin to welcome yourself in the space you're in. Welcoming sounds, colors, feel the air on your skin. So take your time. You have all the time that you need. And if you like, or whenever it feels good to you, you can begin to gently move your body. You take a few moments to stretch. You can bend the knees and give yourself a nice big hug and squeeze. Taking your time. You can even roll onto your side and pause, allowing your body to rest a little bit more, for a bit longer. Feeling how and where your body's touching the ground and how the ground touches back. Noticing the flow of air as you breathe. And then whenever you're ready, you can press your hands to the on the mat and come up to sitting and to scoot a little closer. So as you sit up, taking a moment to orient yourself to your environment. Maybe opening and closing the eyes a few times, inviting in the sense of maybe even relaxed awareness or attention. So great work, everybody. Thank you for joining us here today. Good job on doing these practices. We incorporated some of those iris, uh, yoga nidra meditations and practices into the class today. So we start off with sitting and settling, taking a moment to notice our bodies, our breathing. And then we got to be a bit more active. We stretched out the legs and then we slowed it down and did some more movements laying on the mat, like that bridge pose. And then we finished with a guided meditation at the end where we incorporated those elements of, noticing that sense of safety, or that, well, I should say first that body sensing, noticing your body, and inviting in that sense of safety and being supported. And we spent some time touching base with, that sense of purpose and meaning in our lives. And then we took time to transition and come back to sitting and ready for what's next in the day. So thank you, Ehab, and you out there listening. Remember, there's that survey. You can give us your feedback of how we can support you better. If you like to make a donation to Comeback Yoga, you can do so through the link in the description. So stay safe, keep laughing at silly jokes, so we don't get too serious with ourselves. I'll see you soon. Bye.